Welcome to our exploration of the book of Esther from the King James Bible, a captivating tale of courage, providence, and divine deliverance that continues to inspire audiences worldwide. This tale, set in the opulence of the Persian Empire, carries lessons that transcend time and resonate with us today. It's a story marked by courage. As a young Jewish woman, Esther rises above her fears to save her people. It's a tale of providence, as we witness the intricate, divine orchestration of events leading to the deliverance of an entire people. Above all, it's a narrative of divine deliverance, as an oppressed people find their salvation in the most unlikely circumstances. Today, we embark on this journey together, exploring the depths of this timeless story. In this 10-minute journey, we'll delve into the life of Esther, a young Jewish woman who rises to become Queen of Persia and saves her people from annihilation. The book of Esther takes place during the reign of King Xerxes I, also known as Ahasuerus, in the 5th century BCE. This was a time when the Persian Empire was at its zenith, stretching from India to Ethiopia. The Persian court, as depicted in the book, was a place of opulence and grandeur, known for its extravagant feasts and royal banquets. Yet beyond the glamour and decadence, the court was also a hotbed of political intrigue. Power struggles and palace conspiracies were commonplace, creating an environment of uncertainty and danger. Moreover, the empire was a melting pot of diverse cultures and religions. The Jewish community, to which Esther belonged, was one of the many minority groups living under Persian rule. Their story, as told in the book of Esther, provides a unique perspective on life in ancient Persia, shedding light on the challenges they faced and their struggle for survival. It offers a glimpse into the opulent court of Persia and the intricate politics of the ancient Near East. The story begins with King Xerxes hosting a lavish banquet to display his wealth and power. The king's court is resplendent, a testament to the grandeur of the Persian Empire at its zenith. Yet, amidst the merriment and opulence, a dramatic event unfolds that sets the stage for our heroine's entrance. Queen Vashti, the reigning queen, defies the king's orders in a bold act of resistance. This defiance, while admirable, comes at a great cost. Vashti is banished from the palace, her royal status stripped away. With the queen's throne now vacant, a kingdom-wide search begins for a woman worthy to take her place. Young maidens from all provinces of the empire are brought to the palace, each one hoping to catch the king's eye. Among these women is our protagonist, Esther. Orphaned at a young age, Esther is raised by her cousin Mordecai. Despite her humble beginnings, she is a woman of notable beauty and grace. Esther's journey to the throne isn't merely a tale of rags to riches, it's a testament to her character. She wins the king's favor not only with her beauty, but with her wisdom, grace, and humility. Esther's story is a testament to the power of courage and faith in the face of adversity. Yet, her tale is just beginning. The real test of her character lies ahead, as she navigates the treacherous waters of palace politics and faces an impending genocide of her people. Esther's ascension to the throne is a turning point in the narrative. It's a moment of triumph, yet also a moment of great responsibility. With her newfound influence, she holds the fate of her people in her hands. Subsequently, a search for a new queen ensues, leading to the selection of Esther, a Jewish orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai. This marks the beginning of a remarkable journey, one that will test her courage, faith, and her ability to lead. Enter Haman, the king's advisor, who devises a wicked plot to annihilate the Jewish people throughout the empire. Haman, a man of significant influence and cunning, is not just an advisor to the king, but a man who harbors a deep-seated hatred for the Jewish people. This animosity stems from a long-standing feud between his ancestors, the Amalekites, and the Jews. His resentment is further fueled when Mordecai, Esther's cousin, refuses to bow down to him as per the royal decree. This act of defiance stokes the flames of his spite and propels him into action. Haman's plot begins to take shape in the dark corners of the royal court. He spins a web of deceit around the king, painting a picture of the Jews as a threat to the king's rule. He describes them as a people who do not obey the king's laws, a people who, if left unchecked, could undermine the king's authority throughout the vast Persian Empire. The king, swayed by his trusted advisor's persuasive words, grants Haman the authority to deal with this perceived threat. Haman, now wielding the king's signet ring, a symbol of royal authority, takes this opportunity to escalate his plot from personal revenge to a full-blown genocide. Haman casts lots, or pur, to determine the most auspicious day for his dreadful plan. The lot falls on the 13th day of the 12th month Adar. He then issues a royal decree in the king's name, ordering the extermination of all Jews, young and old, women and children, on this designated day. The decree is sent to every province in the empire, written in every language of its inhabitants. Through deceit and manipulation, Haman convinces King Xerxes to issue a decree authorizing the genocide of the Jews on a designated day. The seeds of Haman's wicked plot are sown, and a shadow of terror falls over the Jewish people. But little does Haman know, his plot will be met with an unexpected force, a queen's courage and the providential hand of God. Despite the grave danger, Esther courageously decides to intervene on behalf of her people. This decision is not taken lightly. It's a life or death choice. The king's court is no place for the faint-hearted, especially for a queen who needs to approach the king without an invitation. But Esther, stirred by Mordecai's urgent plea, chooses to risk her life for the sake of her people. Esther doesn't rush in recklessly. She's wise, strategic. She fasts and prays for 3 days and asks her maidservants and all the Jews in Susa to do the same. There's a sense of unity, of collective strength as they all seek divine guidance. Then, dressed in her royal robes, Esther steps into the inner court of the palace, into the presence of the king. She finds favor in his eyes, and he extends his golden scepter, sparing her life. But she doesn't immediately reveal her request. Instead, she invites the king and Haman to a banquet she has prepared. She's creating a stage, setting the scene and building suspense. At the banquet, the king, intrigued and impatient, asks Esther about her request. Yet she delays again, inviting them to a second banquet the next day. It's a masterstroke of suspense and strategy. Esther is not just courageous, she's wise. She knows the power of timing. And when the moment finally comes, at the second banquet, Esther reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's wicked plot to annihilate her people. The king, shocked and enraged, orders Haman's execution, and the Jews are saved. Esther's courage and wisdom have not only saved her own life, but also the lives of her people. Through her bravery and wisdom, Esther reveals Haman's evil plot and pleads for the salvation of her people. It's a story of courage under fire, a testament to the power of faith, and an enduring example of bravery and wisdom in the face of adversity. In a remarkable display of divine providence, the tables are turned on Haman. This adversary, who sought the destruction of an entire people, finds himself ensnared in his own web of deceit. The catalyst for this reversal of fortunes is none other than Mordecai, the cousin and guardian of Queen Esther. Earlier in our tale, Mordecai had uncovered a plot against the king's life, a heroic act that went initially unrewarded. Yet, in a twist of divine timing, King Xerxes is reminded of this unsung act of loyalty. Simultaneously, Haman's plot against the Jews is revealed, and the king's fury is ignited. His advisor's treachery is laid bare, and a fitting punishment is swiftly decided. Haman is condemned to the very gallows he had erected for Mordecai. Through a series of events orchestrated by God, including Mordecai's recognition for uncovering a plot against the king's life, Haman's wicked schemes are thwarted, and he meets a fitting end on the very gallows he prepared for Mordecai. The story concludes with the Jewish people being granted permission to defend themselves against their enemies, leading to a great victory. In the wake of this triumph, their joy is palpable, their relief immeasurable, and their gratitude profound. They had been on the brink of annihilation, and now they were not only surviving, but thriving. This victory was not just a momentary cause for celebration, but a pivotal event that would be remembered and honored for generations to come. In the spirit of this enduring joy and gratitude, a new feast was established, named Purim after the Persian word for lots. This feast serves as a vivid reminder of their deliverance from the wicked plot that Haman had hatched. Purim is a time of joy and feasting, a time for giving gifts to one another and providing for the poor. It is a time to remember God's providence, Esther's courage, and the victory of the Jewish people. To commemorate this deliverance, the feast of Purim is established, a time of joy, feasting, and giving to the poor. As we conclude our exploration of the book of Esther, may we be inspired by Esther's courage, Mordecai's wisdom, and the providential hand of God in our lives. We've journeyed together through the opulent court of Persia, witnessed the rise of an orphaned Jewish girl to queenship, and marveled at the divine orchestration that thwarted a wicked plot and delivered an entire people. The story of Esther serves as a timeless reminder that courage, wisdom, and faith can prevail against seemingly insurmountable odds. It beckons us to stand up for justice, even when it requires personal sacrifice. It teaches us that wisdom often triumphs over deceit, and it assures us of God's providential care in the midst of life's trials. Until next time, may we continue to seek justice, show compassion, and trust in God's divine deliverance. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the book of Esther. May its timeless lessons and inspiring tale continue to resonate in our hearts and minds.